A man wanted to make sure the guillotine worked well, so he decided to lie down and try it himself. But then, his head got stuck inside the guillotine. Since his head didn't actually get chopped off, it showed that the guillotine wasn't really that effective. After making sure the man could still breathe, the firefighters brought tools to lift the guillotine to help him breathe better. But when they started cutting, the man didn't want them to destroy it because it was a prop for his musical. Bro, I get your point, but seriously, which is more important, the prop or your life? They successfully lifted the blade, first gave him first aid to stop the bleeding, then rescued him and took him to the hospital. Hopefully, he won't do anything this dangerous again. A girl's heart and stomach were in the wrong places, but her first reaction is taking a picture and posting it on Twitter. The doctor quickly told her to lie down and started checking her. It turned out she was born with her heart in the wrong position. To keep her safe, her mom never let her go outside, but today was her 14th birthday. Her mom had promised to get her surgery so she could go to middle school like other kids. But during the pre-surgery checkup, the doctors found a problem. Her heart was too big, and there wasn't enough space left for her stomach. The surgery had to stop. Hearing this, the smile disappeared from her face.
I'm sick of this!
The doctor felt sorry for her and kept searching for a solution. Then, he had an idea. What if they used a special material to extend her breastbone and make more space in her chest? But this surgery was very risky. If it failed, she could lose her life. But the girl wanted to go to school. She wanted to make friends. In the end, her parents agreed to the surgery. Luckily, everything went well. She could finally go to school. The doctors enter the ward and are attracted by the sound coming from the television.
Is that?
Porn.
Porn.
As in porn?
All right.
The doctor tells them they can watch it privately, but not in public. The man explains.
It's for my pain.
Turns out, the doctor says watching porn helps him control the pain. The female doctors don't believe it. As for the male doctor, he's not even listening anymore.
What is this?
Nasty, naughty nurses, 4.
That does not look comfortable.
Trust me, it's not.
Get in the hall.
Suddenly, the hospital loses power. The TV in the man's room stopped working. The man asks the doctor to change his room. He can't deal with the pain without watching porn. The doctor still doesn't believe him.
I'm sure you can find some normal way of amusing yourself.
Then the man really starts showing signs of unbearable pain. His blood pressure spikes. His pulse speeds up. He's in real pain.
Are you telling me the porn actually sedated you?
The doctor finally believes watching porn really helps him with the pain. She quickly tries to find a solution. She sees that he's allergic to most painkillers on his medical record. So there's only one option left.
They were taking a shower together, soaping each other up. And then this doctor walks in. "Me too," said Crystal as she snapped on her surgical glove. And then there was Marta.
Just as the doctor is telling him a story, the power comes back on. Now she finally escapes this awkward situation. The internet says if you put a light bulb in your mouth, you can't get it out. But the boy didn't believe it. Now he knows that what the internet said was true. Such a naughty boy. Even Sean couldn't figure out what to do. Although he thought about using a tool to open his mouth, there was no space left in the boy's mouth except for the light bulb. Plus, the light bulb has toxic stuff inside. If the boy got scared and bit down on the light bulb, the pieces or the toxic stuff could kill him. Sean couldn't think of a way. Then he saw his coworker, who had just finished handling medical waste, and got an idea. He stuffed a medical waste bag into the boy's mouth to cover the light bulb. That way, even if the light bulb broke, it wouldn't hurt the boy. Then he told the boy to bite down and break the light bulb. The light bulb was safely removed. Sean's shaking hands finally stopped. The firefighter pulls back her hair.
Targets!
You did this to me!
Oh my gosh, what's happening? This morning, the girl came into the hair salon, said that after the hairdresser did her extensions yesterday, her scalp started to hurt. At first, the hairdresser told her it was normal, but when he saw her scalp, he fainted right there. When the firefighters arrived, they immediately helped her. They used tongs to pull the bugs out. Luckily, The bugs were only on the surface of her scalp. The team leader suggested sending her to the hospital, but Shui said it was better to remove them right away. If they took her to the hospital, they'd probably have to shave her head. When the hairdresser woke up, the firefighters asked him why this happened. The man answered, because the scalp at the shop was so expensive. He bought it from a street vendor, but didn't know where the vendor's scalp came from before, until now. So, do you know where the vendor's scalp came from? A man's fingers got stuck in the door gap, but when he was found, he had been stuck for hours. Will he survive?
Hey, Vaughn, can you hear us? Make a noise or wiggle your fingers if you can.
Since the room was a freezer, the temperature was really low. The man was likely knocked out from the cold. To save him quickly, the firefighters decided to force the door open.
What about his fingers? I'd rather save his life than save his fingers.
Just as they were about to start, one firefighter suddenly thought of an idea. They could use a tool to keep the door gap open, leaving space for the fingers, then pull the door down. This way, they wouldn't have to cut off his fingers. After getting the green light, the firefighters quickly got to work. They carefully pried open the door. The man was finally saved. Luckily, he still had a pulse. It was a very lucky break in an unlucky situation. The woman never expects just after giving birth. Blood pours from her eyes and nose.
What's happening? Come here, Popo.
She insists on giving birth at home alone. But things go wrong. She has a difficult labor. Her husband calls 911 to get emergency help, but she yells at him for it.
Baby is supposed to be born in peace without a bunch of beeping machines and medical intervention.
But once she hears her baby could be in danger, she finally gives in. However, what's even crazier is after holding it in for 28 hours, as soon as she steps into the elevator, it feels like the baby is about to arrive. Suddenly, the elevator breaks down, trapping them inside. The paramedic captain sees her cervix is already 5 centimeters dilated. With a gut-wrenching scream, the baby is born. He cries loud and strong.
God, I love you.
But the happiness is short-lived. A drop of blood suddenly drips onto the baby's forehead. The woman's eyes and nose are both bleeding. Then she collapses, fainting from weakness. She is bleeding heavily. Only a blood transfusion can save her life. Soon, the firefighters arrive, but they learn the elevator is sealed off. It is surrounded by solid steel and concrete. The team climbs the stairs to the 17th floor with their wall-breaking tools. By listening carefully, they finally figure out where the trapped people are. They manage to make a big hole in the wall and quickly shove a first aid box with blood bags into the elevator. But it's too late. The woman has already lost too much blood. The paramedics don't give up, though, but she shows no signs of waking up.
Please don't die, Opal. Our baby needs you. He needs his mom.
Miraculously, the woman slowly opens her eyes. Because of her love for her baby and husband, she comes back to life. A woman was trapped under a car wheel. People just stood there, watching.
I'm on with 911. They say don't move her. The paramedics are on their way.
She will die before they get here.
Look, I don't want to be responsible if she's paralyzed.
Don't you see she's dying under there?
In the end, after Gray kept pushing, people finally stepped in. They lifted the car and pulled her out. She was rushed to the hospital, but things didn't look good. They couldn't find where the bleeding was coming from. No way to stop it. They gave her 60 bags of blood, but still, they couldn't save her. The chief saw how much blood was used. He forced Gray to stop the surgery. He told her to pack the woman's abdomen with gauze and let her body heal for a while before trying again. Gray agreed on the surface, but she chose to stay for the night shift. Watching the woman closely, she even had to let someone else take care of her own child. The next day, she tried again. This time, she finally found the source of the bleeding, and she stopped it. The woman survived. She looked at Gray with gratitude, because Gray gave her a second chance at life.